Turning now to the conflict in the Middle East, President Trump continues to insist Iran is engaged in negotiations to end the war, despite claims from Tehran that there have been no talks.
They are negotiating, by the way, and they want to make a deal so badly, but they're afraid to say it because they figure they'll be killed by their own people. They're also afraid they'll be killed by us.
For more on this, we're joined by CBS News foreign correspondent Chris Livesay from Dubai. Want to get your context. I mean, we've heard so much back and forth, what Tehran is saying, what the White House is saying. Where do we stand right now?
Hey, Vlad. Hey, Kelly. Yeah, there is indeed a lot of back and forth. The United States saying that talks are ongoing, Iran flatly denying it. And now there are reports that the United States may be preparing a final blow to bring about a definitive end to the conflict, and that it could be prioritizing freeing up the Strait of Hormuz. That's if Iran doesn't open it up itself. Remember, all of this back and forth started when Trump implemented this ultimatum. He said he was going to obliterate Iran's energy infrastructure if Iran didn't open up the Strait of Hormuz by Monday. Then, citing productive talks that Iran says are not happening, he gave them a 5-day extension. That extension expires on Saturday.
All right. So then what is the latest right now in the region, Chris, as far as the fighting is concerned? We're seeing some reports that the Israelis may have taken out an Iranian naval commander.
That's exactly right. At least according to the Israelis, they say they took out the commander of the IRGC Navy. In fact, according to Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu, this is the man responsible for blocking the Strait of Hormuz near where I am here in the Gulf. And just to bring it all home, in nearby Abu Dhabi here in the United Arab Emirates, earlier today, 2 people were killed by falling debris from an intercepted Iranian missile. 3 more were injured. Just a reminder that the Gulf states are on the front line of this conflict. The UAE, according to the government, has received more strikes than Israel.
All right, Chris, appreciate it.
CBS News White House reporter Aaron Navarro joins us now to talk about this. Aaron, as you know, the president is saying that Iran is begging to make a deal. He had a big late night or early morning Truth Social rant where he attacked everybody from the Democrats to NATO and continues to insist that Iran wants to make a deal, even though the Iranians say quite the opposite.
Vlad, I'll start with his post on the Iranian negotiators, which came earlier this morning, where he said that they are being, quote, very different and strange. He added that they have zero chance of a comeback due to the U.S.-Israeli strikes on their military, and said that their public message that they are only looking at the U.S. proposal is wrong. He added, quote, they better get serious soon before it is too late. And that is part of a pattern where President Trump has shown annoyance with Iran during negotiations when they don't seem to be heading anywhere. And White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt told reporters yesterday that President Trump is ready to strike, quote, harder than ever before if no deal is reached. We do know that more U.S. military options are on the table, including potential ground troops in Iran. And during a briefing yesterday, Leavitt pushed back on Iran's public comments that they have rejected the proposal, saying that talks are still ongoing. That is a message we also saw this morning from Pakistan's foreign minister, that these indirect talks are still happening.